The Charger drive about to get going. And so close to hitting pay dirt last time, fumbling down near the goal line. Now, how does that affect their psyche this time around?
It's a tester, that's for sure, because to be that close and come away with no points is really disappointing, not just for the guys on offense, but the defensive players, too, who thought, hey, we're going to put some points up and have a little momentum going. They've got to find a way to just get it out of their minds, let it go,
short-term memory,
and move on to the next series.
2nd and 14. And that's going to be incomplete. Keenan Allen, the intended target, and it's 3rd down.
They'll put a check mark in the box where the defense coordinator was saying, how well can we stay with these receivers if we're in man coverage? Because he just did it on that one, forced the incompletion. That'll allow him to get bolder with his pass rush, won't it?
Absolutely. Frees up your guys elsewhere. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15, and the Bears take over. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They had to go a long way on their last drive to score the touchdown. This time, they get at least a little bit more of a cushion with field position.
I have to think that with this field position, after what they did on the last drive, they might want to take a shot right now and try and cut down the length of the drive. They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Here's the first carry for Tariq Cohen. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
To throw on 3rd down. Tate. And Robinson with a big catch. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A good pickup there, 26 yards. So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 26-yard line. Looking to throw. Tate, this one caught by Crowder. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. To give them the yardage on the pass and half the distance to the goal line.
Because they're inside the 30, so now you don't march off the full 15, right? You have half the distance to the goal. In any event, that's precious real estate given up.
So the ball's moved to about the 1 after the penalty. 1st and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Chicago. A great play there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year as the Bears push further out in front. Extra point right down the middle. And it's now 14-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. The Charger drive about to get going. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. Here we go on 2nd and 12. Hunter brings it in. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. 16 yards is the pickup there, and a first down for L.A. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Back to throw. Quinn. He's got Allen. Allen hit. He lost the football. And this is picked up by the Bears. And his guys will set up shop at midfield at the 50-yard line. The Bears in good field position to start out 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. Following the fumble recovery, Tate under pressure, and he'll go down. They'll sack him on what ought to be the final play of this first quarter. Joey Bosa in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. The Bears with the football. We get set to begin quarter number 2 as they've got it with a 2nd down coming up. To throw on 2nd down, Tate trying to get it to Robinson, and it's intercepted. Desmond King picks it. And a great return as he gets this all the way down close to the 30-yard line. So they elect to decline it.
And why not? Just go ahead and let the play stand, and they'll take that.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. And they try to sweep to Jones. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
They'll run it to Jones. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go.
Ready. 45 to Mike. Check. 45 to Mike. No gain on this defense. No gain.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. He's got his man on the crossing route. And he picks up the 1st down yardage as he takes this one down to the 15. His first catch, good for 9 and a 1st down. On 1st and 10, Quinn, this complete to Jones. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. Call it a 1-yard gain on the play, and it'll make it 2nd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8.
It's now 3rd and 8. Let's go now. 45. 6 yards. 45. It's a party now. It's a party now.
On 3rd down, Quinn. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
Badgley able to knock this one through, and they will get themselves on the board here at 14-3. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays that when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally.
He's got the lane, and there he goes. Touchdown, Chicago. A big play there. With touchdown number 2 in the game, and now 11 on the year as the Bears push further out in front. Not a whole lot to recap on that drive. Just one play, 75 yards to the house.
Yeah, it's a long way to go. And remember, rarely is it a straight line 75 yards, too. Got to have a little extra in there. So whatever the final number is, a well-deserved seat on the bench, a little oxygen if he wants it as well.
This is taken at his 4. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
The Chargers take over 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. And this, let's face it, an important drive if they're going to get back into this ballgame.
Think about going into the locker room down 21-10 as opposed to 21-3. 21-10.
Try to force it to Allen, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 29, and they will take over at the 29-yard line. And he may want to track down that football because that's interception number 1 on his career.
You're saying that's going into the trophy case?
I'd put it there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That's when you ask the equipment guys to make sure they hold it for you after the game. But if you play in the back 7 on defense, that's part of your job, finding ways to take the ball away from the other team.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29. Now they'll run it with Cohen. Found a little room there as he's up to about the 37.
Okay, he didn't break that one all the way, but you got to know that he feels like he's right on the verge, and that's probably exactly what he's telling them in the huddle right now.
They'll try to run for it with Cohen. And an alley to run. And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. Tariq Cohen with touchdown number 8 on the year as the Bears push further out in front. Extra point splits the uprights, and the route is on here in this first half. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line.
Let's go.
The Chargers take over 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. That throw into the arms of Allen. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards. They'll look to throw now on first down. For Keenan Allen, that's complete. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. That is now 19-yard gains on back-to-back plays. On first down, Quinn nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Cleveland Farrell just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. Looking to throw. Quinn, he completes it to Henry. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a first down. This quarterback now, after the pick on the last drive, 3 for 3 to start this drive. It's 1st and 10. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. They give them 2 yards there as they're set up now with a 1st and goal. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. The intended receiver there, Allen, but it'll be 2nd and goal.
When you got your backs in the shadow of your goal line, you've got to be physical in that situation because there's not a whole lot of space, not a lot of wild plays that can be run there.
That's put up or shut up time. Defensively, nice job just to make sure they didn't complete it on that play. 2nd and 4. to the goal line, but it's incomplete. Keenan Allen, the intended receiver. But now it's 3rd and goal.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete.
Here we go. Get the 18 on it. 18 on it.
I smell fear in that offense.
Where'd he go?
Here's Jones. And he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. No gain on the play that time, so a big stop, and it's going to leave them with a 4th and goal. They go for it on 4th and goal, but that winds up incomplete. They're turned away on 4th and goal. And the Chicago defense able to come up with a goal line stand. They'll start things on first with Torrey Cohen. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. They'll run on 2nd down with Cohen. And he's into the clear. The 30, 10, touchdown, Chicago. Tariq Cohen, 99 yards as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. And with that carry, he's already over 100 yards here in the first half.
And, partner, you know exactly what he's saying to his teammates right now, right? Especially to the play caller.
Give me the ball.
Again, and again, and again. It's not that heavy, sir. I'll take it.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This will be fielded at the 6. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line.
At their own 31-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. And you're under a minute to go in the half, a first half that hasn't been particularly kind to you. How do you think they'll play this?
Well, I think the smart approach is to run out the clock, lick your wounds at the half.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Cleveland Farrell picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely he's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way. But when this ball's tipped and intercepted, picked off by Mike Hughes. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. He was trying to get that one to Allen that time. Final play of the first half, barring a penalty, as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. And they're able to get this one across the 35. So we've reached halftime here in what is quickly turning into quite a rout. As we are off to Orlando now to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3.
That's it, baby. We gonna work.
The Charger drive about to get going. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down. And he has now hit number 500. Charles, that is his 500th NFL career catch.
Definitely worthy of applause, but I remember when 500 meant you were going to the Hall of Fame. Nowadays, in today's football, 500 puts you on the path, a significant number.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
Come get some. Come on here. Come get some. He don't want it.
Throwing again. Quinn, complete. Hunter Henry with the grab. And Henry's hit. He lost the football. And this is picked up by the Bears. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They begin the drive on the ground with Cohen. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Here I come. 49, guys. Mike, 49. I got it.
4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave them with a 3rd and about 4 more for a 1st.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 14 yards and a Chicago first down.
That's quite a spot there for his first carry of the game, but obviously they had plenty of faith in him, didn't they?
No question about it. And here, why not go with the fresh legs? Able to push forward, pick up that first.
Man, I got you. Check.
And a give this time to the tailback. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Now Cohen. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. A second down play results in a loss of 2 yards.
Well, Brandon, he's had a great day, but sometimes the other guys make a play against you. What's that expression they like to use in the NFL? Those guys get paid too, you know.
Yeah, in college they say, hey, they're on scholarship too. In the NFL, they're getting paid too. With the day he's had, you can have one go in the wrong direction. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. First down for the Bears, a gain of 15.
We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the second half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
Hey, we got 4. We got 4 down.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stopped that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
A quick throw out wide, caught by Crowder. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. The Bears on the move. They've got another first down.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
Set, ready. 40 to flat. 49 to Mike. Hey, we got to get this stop here, D.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
At the 9-yard line.
Now from the 9, here's 2nd and goal.
Let's go, D.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And finding room to work, he's down to the 2-yard line. 7 big yards on the carry there to get him within range of the goal line with 3rd down upcoming.
Let's go now. 60 yards. I got you, pump. Check. Pick the edge.
They'll try to run this one in. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Bears. A great effort there. With his second touchdown of the game, fourth of the year. As his guys continue to pour it on. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead will swell by one more.
Bears 42, Chargers 3.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
The Chargers take over first down 10.
Let's go!
At their own 25-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it, though, because you're exactly
You
right.
like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. Is that word again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis, symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
You all day, all day. I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
To throw again. Quinn. Right back for Allen. This time he finds him complete. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8.
Keep playing.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. On 3rd and 2, Quinn. He'll get that complete to Simonson, the tight end. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. First target, first catch, and a first down. This quarterback now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Back to throw. Quinn. Going deep here for Allen. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Mike Hughes. Allen, the intended receiver.
They'll take over first and 10 at their own 13-yard line.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
What's the curl? What's the curl? What's the curl?
And he'll go down, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter of action. Back now at Dignity Health Sports Park in Carson. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair.
On the double. 49 to Mike. 49 to Mike.
I want that. Give me that ball, defense. Give me that ball.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. It's rare that a man his size can't at least push forward for a yard, but they stopped him there for nothing.
You're talking about Tiny? You talking about the little guy back
Tiny.
there? That monster. Yeah, you're exactly right. And it takes a group effort to get a guy like that down and not let him find some space. The first guy in, he's got to take one for the team, right? Because he's just waiting there and holding on for everyone else to help him out.
Back-to-back stops make it 3rd and 10.
And it's 3rd down.
The Bears on 3rd down. They have been superb. 5 for 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 10.
Ready, go.
And now on the pitch, the ball's loose. And Owen coughed it up. So they escape, so to speak, maintaining the football. Defensively, though, opportunity miss.
It definitely was, because that's all defenses talk about. Getting the football and either advancing it the other way or just getting possession and turning it over to their offense. That can be a little bit deflating. You're exactly right. A lost opportunity.
And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. It's a loss of 4 on the first down play.
And on this play, the read for the quarterback was the defensive end, and he was totally focused on the quarterback. He should have given it off inside to the running back. Instead, he kept it and ended up taking a loss on the play.
Mike, 49. It's been a long day for you.
Now a first carry for their fullback. Call it 7 yards on the carry, so a pretty good game, but still left with a tough 3rd and 8. This is where, fourth quarter, you got the lead, you give it to the big guy. Defensively kind of sucks the will out of them, doesn't it? Because they don't want to tackle him right now this late in the game.
Well, you say that with accusatory tones. I mean, but you're exactly right. I know it's not something we actually want to talk about, but as a defender, 4 quarters worth of trying to bring people down, 4 quarters worth of pounding, and now late in the game, here comes that big guy coming at you, and a lot of guys are wondering where they want to come up and make that tackle at this stage of the game.
Here's Pat O'Donnell now, as he'll punt it away for the second time. This is taken at the 18. And just shedding him off there. A great return there, bobbing and weaving his way for 31 yards. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. The Charger drive about to get going. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. 3 yards on the pickup there, but they've only got it back to 3rd and 10.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
On 3rd down, here's Jones. Give him 3 yards there as that'll take us to 4th down.
That was well coached and even better executed because you saw him looking for the cutback lane, never materialized, and had excellent pursuit to stack that play up.
And how about this, a fake? Oh, and this turns into a mess as it's intercepted. Picked off at the 23. Oh, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back.
No, bottled up, fumble. It's out, it's loose.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
And he'll be stopped here well short of the 1st down at the 24-yard line. Just a yard on the run there. That's going to bring us to a 4th down. Here's Pat O'Donnell now as he's on to punt for Chicago. It's a net of 40 there, punt of 48, and a return of 8. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Charger drive about to get going. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, what's interesting is, what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do. So it's Charger football as we welcome you back from the 2-minute warning. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. This linebacking core, they've done a good job of keeping that running game in check, haven't they?
They certainly have, and what they'll also do when this game is over is thank the guys up front, the big defensive line, because they've kept them clean, so to speak. Not letting blockers get to them, allowing them to run to the football and keep that running game bottled up.
And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. 22 yards there, a first down. Throwing on first down, Quinn. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 24. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The intended receiver there, Allen, just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the 2nd week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out.
At the 19-yard line.
Mike 49. Let's go, D. Tighten up. Let's go, D. Tighten up.
And they will take a knee here. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feel like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Bears, their good start continues as they get their record up to 4-2. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Arizona to take on the Cardinals. Meanwhile, for the home team here, the loss here will move them back to 500 at 3-3. And they'll look to get back on track next week as they travel up to Detroit to take on the Lions. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.